Hey guys, this is my Lund WC14. Just gonna go over some of the project I've done. I've got a Mercury 25 horse EFI 4-stroke motor with the extended leg because of the higher top on the back of the Lund. I also have a Minn Kota trolling motor. Seems to push it along pretty good. Hooked up to a battery in the storage under the seat. Also with my gas tank here, which is connected over here just with a piece of string and locking for when I'm driving. It doesn't bounce around. One other thing, I have this boat buckle. You can see it okay. Just running from one side on the boat to the other. It's actually got a lock on either side, and it takes about 2 seconds to put on. And it's a time saver for sure. Just a quick shout out to Shuswap Outdoors for coming up with these guys here. See if I can get one in focus. They're a little dirty, but little cable ties with a double-sided tape on the back, which I've taken my wires all the way around into underneath the seat, and they come around, and if you can see them there, go around and come up to my Humminbird fish finder, just your basic fish finder. Mainly I use it for the depth, for when I got my downriggers out. Also from Shuswap Outdoors, these little cutting board, you get them from the dollar store, and you need a spacer because of the lip on the top of the Lund. So I've gone ahead and installed 6 Scotty mounts. That way I have a rod in any spot for anybody who wants to fish. I've added in my own custom carpeted flooring, one for the front and one for the back. I decided not to go all the way to the back just in case there is some water in the boat. I didn't want the wood under the carpet to be saturated, so I've left this back portion open. Doesn't bother me at all and seems to work out pretty good. And it is a floating floor, so if I do get water underneath, it just it doesn't touch the wood, but it sits underneath of it, both the front and the back here. Then I've also added a casting platform, and if anyone's looking for pictures on how I did it, I have them all. I've actually anchored it to 2 bolts on the front of the boat. And I've also added a hatch, which, as you can see, there are no hinges on it. I opted out of the hinges because if you're up here in bare feet and you touch it, obviously you're going to get burned, and it looks much cleaner without it. And again, for the pole, just a piece of strap that I've cut off, and you flip it open, you can see everything's on there, and I got this huge storage compartment. Anchors, I got some downrigger weights in there, 2 of them. I've also put a rubber mat on the bottom, that way I can drop things in and it doesn't damage the boat at all. And there's tons of space in there for life jackets, gear, basically anything you want. And that just goes over like that, and you can stand on it. It's pretty strong. I've added a seat here, just a basic seat. Seems to do okay on the water all day. Metal brackets. Nice and easy for travel. As you can see, I've also added the Scotty cup holders. So I got one there, one here, and one more right there. So enough for 3 people. Now going to the front of the boat, Not sure if anyone else has this problem, but every time I go to back my boat in, the lights seem to blow. What I've done is just added a PVC pipe with a metal strap, and before I launch my boat, drop that in there, and then I can launch it and I don't get a short. And then when I'm leaving for the day, I just take it out, plug it in, and I'm good to go. One thing I did add, obviously when you're boating, you're going out on some dirt, bumpy roads. I've added this transom saver. It's pretty simple, just bolts down there with 2 bolts. And then your motor just rests in this little boot here while you're traveling. So far, it's actually worked fantastic. The bottom of the motor here is up a little bit higher off the ground. Any hills or anything like that don't have a problem, and it sits in here nicely and doesn't move, so it's fantastic. I also have added an Scotty extension, because when you're sitting all the way up there, it's a little far to reach, so that extra foot really makes a difference. There's one other thing that I missed. I didn't want to drill into the side of the boat for my fish finder transducer, so I've actually found this at Bass Pro, and it just clamps right onto the back of the boat, and the transducer mounts right to the bottom. It's really nice. I never had an issue with it. Easily removable. Yeah, it works great. And that is my Lund WC-14.